Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our special guests today, Doniyor and Gulomjon. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
You know, we have so much in common. All of us love education. We know several languages. And by the way, you know that I got band 8 in IELTS on my third attempt, just like you did?
Yeah.
And you, right? So I can say we are not talented, because if we had talent, we would have got that high score on the very first attempt.
Yeah.
So it makes us hardworking.
Exactly.
We have the same writing score and we have the same speaking score, 8.5, 8.5, 8.5. So I've invited you today to help people understand what speaking 8.5 sounds like. Because you know, a lot of my students and a lot of other people think that people who have speaking 8.5, they talk like professional journalists or politicians or scientists. And let's help them believe that this score is possible with ordinary speaking skills.
Yeah.
So, are you going to use a lot of scientific vocabulary today?
Not at all.
Great. So let's help people. And Doniyor, I want to start with you.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak about education and studies, but let's speak about your interests. Apart from education, what are you interested in?
Actually, I'm interested in a lot of things, but number one would be music, because that's my passion. That's what I wish had done professionally. And the second one is cars. I'm in love with Japanese cars, so I read and watch a lot of movies about them.
Hey, I remember that once Shahrukh Mirza invited us to a karaoke bar on his birthday, and that was the first time I heard you singing.
Yeah.
And that was professional. So, have you ever thought about professional career as a singer in show business?
Yes, I have. Actually, when I was younger, I proposed that to my parents, and I got solid no. And that is why I abandoned that dream of mine, childhood dream, I can say, a long time ago.
Can you tell us the reason why it was no?
Well, they think that it's not serious, and also it doesn't have a lot of prospects in Uzbekistan. So they would rather have me do more serious job like teaching or economics or finance.
I agree with them, especially if you like the genre that is not popular in Uzbekistan. Well, can you tell us who's your favorite singer?
My favorite singer is Shawn Mendes, a Canadian singer. Younger than me, but still a very good role model. So yeah, I pretty much listen to his songs only.
And I guess with this genre, you wouldn't be very popular in our country.
I don't think so either. I mean, yeah, it's a lot different than what people listen to here.
So I have to agree with your parents. But anyway, you've been to the United States how many times?
Twice.
Twice. Awesome. And I'm sure as a music fan, you attended some live concerts there, right?
I did.
Can you tell about some experience?
Sure. Just like I said, I'm a fan of Shawn Mendes, and I found out that 5 kilometers away from the place I lived, Shawn Mendes was having a concert, and I had to drive 500 kilometers all alone, first time driving experience to visit the concert, and it was worth it because there were 25,000 more people enjoying the live show. Wow. And all the songs that I love and made covers of earlier, I got to listen to them live from the author that I pretty much owe and respect.
Oh,
So
I know how
that
it
was a blast.
What was the car you were driving that time?
That was Toyota Sienna from 2004, but it was way better than the one that I own now. But still, it was a nice car.
You have Gentra now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of the United States, you've been there, and Gulomjon is planning to go there. So, God willing, after 4 or 5 months, you will go to the land of the free. Tell me, please, are you excited about this?
Well, of course, because that is not only my first time in the United States, it's also my first time outside Uzbekistan, so it's going to be a lot of shocking news and new things for me in general. So I'm planning to get all the advice that I can before I go there from the people who have been there, so I hope you will help and give me some advice, because I want to make the best out of it.
So are you planning to focus on studies and become a nerd in the United States?
Well, education is definitely not my priority.
My man.
Because, of course, the reason to go there is to get educated, because there is a lot more to it in the United States than just education. I want to make a lot of friends and improve my network, and I want to have a lot of fun, like try new food, try new clothes, and I would definitely want to rent a Tesla and drive it.
But as a true Kharizmian, I'm sure that you're gonna have fun, but you're gonna send some money to your family, as we people in Kharizm usually do. So, are you planning to spend all the money there for fun?
Quite frankly, yes. And I'm actually also planning to take some money to the United States to spend. The program I'm going with actually gives us certain amount of stipend depending on which state we are. However, I'm 100% sure I will spend all of it plus some more of my own money, because I want to buy a lot of things and come back and give it to my close people.
But what about part-time job? Is it allowed?
No, not really, because they give us the allowance money, the stipends. We are not allowed to work.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, if it's your first experience, aren't you feel a bit afraid of going there alone and living for a year, right?
Yeah.
Or
A semester, actually. So
a semester. Aren't you afraid of that?
well, I am afraid of going to the United States alone, because the program definitely doesn't put you in the same state with another Uzbek student. Because you have to feel the stress and the diversity. But I'm not afraid of living alone, because I'm quite used to it. I have 3 years experience of living independently in Tashkent. I studied my lyceum in Tashkent. So yeah, in the United States I may get some culture shock or even language barrier, but I'm pretty sure I will not have a lot of hardship.
Is he right? Should Gulomjon be scared of the United States?
Not at all, because like it's always very like difficult or intimidating before you get there, but once you step out of the borders, once you get out of the JFK airport, you're gonna feel so much welcomed, and you're gonna feel as if you belong to that place like very well. So you're gonna have fun. I don't think that you're gonna have any troubles that you mentioned, neither language barrier nor culture shock of any kind. I think you're gonna be pretty much in your own plate once you get there.
That's really nice to hear. It's calming.
Well, that's the truth. That's how I felt.
That's going to be the experience of a lifetime.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, now let's speak about IELTS a little bit. So, Gulomjon, what can you recommend our viewers to do for self-study? Like today is Saturday, and they possibly want to study at home. So, what can you recommend them?
Well, I can give recommendations on speaking, I believe. And in order to improve your speaking at home, I think there's a lot of things to do, but the one I enjoy doing is watching YouTube videos. Instead of watching a movie or instead of watching Band 9 interview on YouTube, I would prefer to watch just simple interviews with celebrities, my favorite own celebrities. And depending on the accent, you can change the show. If you want American accent, you can watch Ellen show. And if you want British accent, you can watch Graham Norton show. And they only last for like 5 or 6 minutes, so it doesn't take a lot of time, but definitely each interview gives you a certain amount of vocabulary, and these vocabulary is actually very reliable to use during the IELTS speaking interview, because they are daily, it's daily English. That is the vocabulary, that is the words they use every day.
Yeah.
So, Helen show you said, right?
Ellen
show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out after the interview. That sounds familiar. That blondie
Yes,
presenter.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna check it out again.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Doniyor, what would you recommend our subscribers to do at home for self-study?
I think a lot of people underestimate the contribution of books into our knowledge. And I think reading some world-known writers' books, for example, Dale Carnegie, who is my favorite writer, inspired from you, of course. And apart from psychology or apart from any field that you're interested in, you can find out a lot, not only in terms of vocabulary, but also in terms of grammar. So you can definitely know like where a certain word should be used, where a certain word is very much suitable. Which I think people in Uzbekistan have trouble with, because they know the words, obviously they do, but I think they have slight problem with putting them in the right place to use.
And they even experiment with vocabulary. They just combine some words that are not supposed to be used together.
Exactly.
But in books we can get phrases and collocations.
Yeah. So it's a free guideline for us to combine words correctly and make examiner shocked of our native-like speech. So that's a good source.
That's true.
And have you read my book, Inevitability?
Of course I did.
So you still remember that?
Of course.
I tried to use some nice vocabulary there. It took me a lot of time.
Yeah, I loved the way that how you could keep the intriguing atmosphere throughout the whole book.
I tried.
Yeah, and it was very worthwhile reading.
Oh.
I'm thinking of rereading it again and introducing it to my students soon.
No, that would be so nice.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. I hope now people understand what speaking band 8.5 sounds like. And I hope now they know what to do in the evenings and the weekends. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Goodbye.